Okay, so this is another video, kind of same thing. I want to talk about what's normally hurting us that we don't get. So we sit all day, right? Or we don't sit all day, we might work out, right? We got a lot of people that work out all day, or people that just go, 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 go. And then you're tired at the end of the day and you hit the mattress, but then you can't sleep because your body just feels like it wants to go, go, go. So you have to understand that in order to make your muscles move, they need chemicals that your body produces. So when your glands push out a bunch of chemicals, they're like, all right, we're gonna go work out, go, go, go. So if you're not healthy, because if you're eating, you don't have time to eat good food for you. So let's just say you go to McDonald's or Burger King or Dunkin' Donuts or Wendy's or whatever. So a lot of these places have a lot of preservatives in their food, and that's taking away from the nutrition. So when you put in good food for your body has all this gas, let's just say. It's like good fuel. So when you're putting in bad fuel, your body doesn't want to work as hard. It's like puttering out already, and it's always hungry because you're not giving it all the good nutrition. But then when you give it all the good nutrition, what happens is that your body has the energy to work and has the ability to do more. So then when you work all day, what's happening is that your body's going, even little motions like typing or writing or eating or, whatever, anything that you're doing, it's usually doing something. So when you're sitting down, let's just say it's you and your girlfriends and you're all sitting down and you're drinking wine, right? So every time you drink this wine, you're gonna be lifting up and using muscles. And then every time you lift up the bottle, right? You lift up the bottle, it's gonna be heavier. Or let's just say you're eating dinner and you're cooking for a big family, right? Every time you lean forward and you're pulling the food out of the oven, you're using muscles, right? So all day we're using these muscles. Doesn't matter what we do, unless we're laying down in bed not doing anything, our muscles are doing something. So when your muscles are doing things all day, the thing is that we never wring them out. We never open them up. And then when we stretch, we kind of like give it a half-ass stretch, like touch your toes, wiggle around, kind of lean backwards and stretch, but we're not really giving it a good wringing out. So if you can imagine your muscles, they're kind of like towels. Okay, then you have multiple muscles on top of each other. So that's muscles over top of muscles over top of muscles. So that's towels and towels and towels, right? Picture it in your head. So you wet down this towel because your body's made of mostly fluids. So these fluids are the natural, they're supposed to be there. So imagine that water is your fluids that are naturally supposed to be there. And then your body pushes out these toxins, right? So then imagine these toxins as like a blue dye. So then we're going to put blue dye in the center of all these towels. Now, it'll be hard for you to just push all this blue dye out of the towels because it just kind of like helps it get more spread out and stuff. So that's what a massage does. Kind of just spreads out the toxins that are sitting in the muscles, and it gets your body able to move them more. So when you stretch, it's like wringing out a towel. You're gonna twist it and twist it and twist it, and then all that's gonna come out, whether it's good or bad, it's all just gonna get wrung out. So then it's more fresh. So then you can bring in more water and it's going to be more healthy, just like your body. If you wring out the toxins, you're gonna have good and bad leave the area, but you're only gonna have good come back in. So you breathe more, and it allows more oxygen and good minerals from the air to also go into your lungs and then get pushed out around the body. Arms, lungs, down to the, like all the way down to the feet, right? So your lungs breathe in, goes out to your arms, comes back into the center of the body, goes all the way down to your feet and all the way back up. So if you're also breathing shallow, what happens is that these lungs are not producing as much oxygen to the body as that needs to be. We have a big, long, tall body. That's all that body has. It's got to have oxygen. So if you're breathing shallow and you're sitting down and then you stand up and you get lightheaded, it's probably because you're not taking in enough oxygen. So the oxygen is really good for the amount of work that you're doing, which is like nothing. And then when you get up, the whole body expands, it stretches, and all those muscles now need more oxygen and more fluid. So you're going to have to breathe more if you're going to be up and down and things like that. So like if you're working out, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go and lift up this heavy weight, you need to breathe in a lot of oxygen because your muscles are about to do something serious, right? If you're not stretching them, then your muscles are more likely to break or strain themselves or get pulled or pull bones out of whack or rip tendons and things like that. So it's really not healthy for us not to stretch. So you see this in the background, la la la, that's my little trapeze, my hammock. That's really good for stretching. You can put it up in a tree, or you could put it in your door frame or whatever. That's really great for helping stretch as well. It'll help you stretch out your back, help you stretch out your sides, decompress your spine. I have videos on that also. But what I want you to understand is that the more we sit and the less we actually breathe, the less we eat healthy, the more we're just hurting ourselves. And you have to remember that you have your body 365 days a year, your whole life. You can't just be like, oh, you know, this really isn't working the same, let's go get a repair, let's go get a fix. Like, they can feed you medicines, but it's only chemicals, and those chemicals are going to settle down into areas, and you don't need them. You don't need those certain chemicals that bond pills together and things. And when you take down these, they're not fluid, they're not down to its smallest anatomical cell or whatever, so your body has a harder time digesting it. So even if you're taking pills, sometimes you're not even getting over 20% of the pill that you're taking. So just remember that the more you're taking in, like fluids, like juices are really good for you, because when you're drinking the juice, all of those hard packed minerals are hard and in kind of like a bigger cell formation. So it's in an actual tightly bundled group of cells that are making this physical thing like fruit. So you can make these cells smaller by heating them up or by making them a fluid, by breaking them down, and then it's easier for your body to digest. So then you're getting more minerals. So then when you're getting better minerals, more minerals, your body has more energy to work. So then when you have more energy to work, you are actually pushing more chemicals around in your body, which is good and bad. So like if you're super active and then at the end of your day, you're like, oh, I laid down and then I have restless leg syndrome. Well, it's not always restless leg syndrome. It's actually chemicals that are sitting in the muscles that are just settling and stiffening and getting hard. So then your body doesn't want to be hard and stiff. It wants to be loose and fluid and move. So then the more you open, the more you stretch yourself, the more all those things are getting wrung out, the more that your body is letting in positive minerals and good nutrition into the muscles. So then you can work easier and better and not be so tired and sore and stiff. So if at the end of your day you're really sore and you're like, man, I don't know why I'm so tired, stretch a little. Because you might just need to open the muscles and really stretch, because the more we stretch, the better we feel. So the more you stretch, the more activity you're going to get out of your muscles. So if you're feeling like you're sore, stretch. If you're feeling like you're tight, stretch. If you're feeling like you don't want to do things anymore, stretch and eat healthy, because those are really important and we should all be doing it on a more regular basis. So if somebody's complaining, go tell them to stretch and they might feel better. All right? So have fun stretching and have a great day.